March 14th, 2025. Annexation of Greenland, Chinese invasion barges, military plans to seize the Panama Canal. Let's get into it. Let's get this showboat on the road, shall we? Yeah, boy. We did it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That hill you see over in the distance there, you can just barely make out the fire tower on the top of that sucker. Stissing Mountain, there's some rain coming down through the valleys. Fulfilling promises. One subscriber at a time. That's Hudson Valley Prepping and Surviving. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Surviving. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in this big old globe that we live in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Temperature here is currently 51 degrees in upstate New York. Beautiful day on tap this Friday. Sunshine and warm weather coming. Really want to get into these articles here. The very first one is from thehill.com. And I'll include these in the comments after I post the video. I'll come back and drop the links to each of these articles in the comments. I've had some folks calling me an alarmist or a conspiracy theorist or you know, clickbaiting these titles. These are literally the titles off of the news articles on the internet. So while they may be possibly clickbaity or something like that, I didn't write them. I just posted them. So, lo siento, mi amigos. This is the reality that we live in nowadays, folks. So this one here is from thehill.com. It says Trump pushes annexation of Greenland during meeting with NATO secretary. President Trump on Thursday expressed confidence in the United States would annex Greenland, even suggesting that the head of NATO alliance could be a key player in facilitating the acquisition. I think it'll happen, Trump told reporters in the Oval Office during a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. And I'm thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. You know, Mark. We need that for international security, Trump said, gesturing to Rutte. Rutte said that Greenland and the Arctic Circle are critical for the security reasons, noting that China and Russia have growing presences in the region, but said any discussion about Trump's attempt to acquire Greenland were outside of his purview. I don't want to drag NATO into that, Rutte said. The comments came 2 days after a center-right party won Greenland's parliamentary elections. The party favors a slow path towards independence from Denmark. Interesting. Trump has for months pushed the idea that the United States acquiring Greenland, which is a territory of fellow NATO member Denmark. The United States has a military base on the island. Prior to taking office, he declined to rule out potential military actions to annex the Arctic island. His son, Donald Trump Jr., and a handful of allies visited the island in January. Nothing further. Very short article there from The Hill, but I'll share that with you guys right down in the comments section here so you can take a look at it too and draw your own conclusions. And next up, we got more tough talk from the T-Man. This article is from theexpress.co.uk. Donald Trump orders the military to draw up plans to seize the Panama Canal. U.S. officials said military actions in Panama would only be considered if the country does not allow Donald Trump to reclaim the canal. Donald Trump has reportedly ordered the U.S. military to come up with plans to increase the number of troops in Panama as part of his mission to reclaim the canal. U.S. Southern Command, responsible for security, cooperation, and operations in Central America, has drafted ideas such as working with the Panamanian military and U.S. troops taking the canal by force, two officials told NBC News. The likelihood of military force depends on the level of partnership agreed upon by the Panamanian military, they added. This part of Washington's plan to reduce the level of influence China has over the region, particularly when it comes to the canal. Though both China and Panama have denied any foreign interference in the waterway, The U.S. president said last week, to further enhance our national security, my administration will be reclaiming the Panama Canal. We've already started doing it. While it remains unclear what reclaiming means, the official said U.S. Southern Command Chief Admiral Alvin Halsey sent a draft to Strategies to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth this week ahead of a visit to Panama next month. They stressed that military action in Panama would only be considered if the country does not allow Mr. Trump to reclaim the canal. Very interesting. And there's a little bit more to this article, but I'm going to leave that for you guys to check out on your own. And again, that was express.co.uk reporting that Trump's looking to seize the Panama Canal, not exactly, do it diplomatically. And for our final article of the day, this is from thesun.com. This one's a little sketchy, got to be honest. The article states, war rafts, chilling pics show China's giant D-Day style invasion barges moored off the coast as fears grow they could attack Taiwan. I'm going to include a picture of that guy right up here somewhere. These things are massive, guys. Absolutely massive. They're giant troop-carrying barges capable of delivering fleets of tanks and thousands of troops directly to Taiwanese roads. China built at least 5 of the giant troop-carrying barges, according to satellite imagery and military sources. The communist state is also building its largest ever aircraft carrier, capable of launching war jets from 4 runways at the same time. The intensive work ongoing in Chinese shipyards suggests China is planning a massive amphibious assault. Experts say the huge purpose-built barges resemble the floating mulberry harbors used by Allied forces during the D-Day landings in June 1944. I will also include some photos of those here. Those are kind of hard to find photos of. I did a little research on this before, but they're kind of hard. They say they're similar. I think they're similar in the fact that they both have contained roadways. But what we did with the mulberry harbors is nothing like these amphibious landing crafts that China has dreamed up here. They almost look like something out of a science fiction movie, honestly. Back to the article. The barges were spotted moored off the coast of Taiwan and sparked new fears that China is preparing to invade. Bringing the self-governance province back in line with mainland China has been a goal of President Xi Jinping for a long time, and recent military activity has shown that China is ready to take it back by force. The self-governing nation has been protected by the firepower of ally America for decades. But alarm was spread across Taiwan after Donald Trump sent mixed messages about continuing U.S. support. The Maverick Commander-in-Chief also announced plans to build mega factories in the U.S. to halt his nation's dependence on Taiwan's world-leading semiconductor plants. China's military production has now stepped up, and analysts claim that the Chinese president has been emboldened by Trump's apparent abandonment of Ukraine. This comes after Xi Jinping issued brutal New Year warning to Taiwan. Swarms of fighter jets and warships were launched to circle and intimidate the island in October 2024. A damaged deep-sea cable off the coast of Taiwan in January launched fears of a potential Chinese sabotage. Telecommunications cable was reportedly damaged near New Taipei City. Officials believe the cable was cut near the busy port of Keelung on Taiwan's northern coast. There is a lot of photos and graphics to go along with this article that obviously if I share them here, they'll just give me the boot. So if you guys want to see them, I will include that article down in the comments section below. This certainly doesn't, all these articles certainly don't feel like a calming down of things, folks. It seems that the tension and the pressures are getting ramped up across the globe anymore. So definitely something to keep an eye on. I hope you guys have a great Friday and enjoy your weekend. It's supposed to rain here in the Northeast this weekend, but extremely warm. So hopefully those spring showers bring us some spring flowers. Really looking forward to it. Y'all stay safe. Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival, and we will catch you on the next one.